You want to talk about an uphill challenge. You want to talk about a battle. You want to talk about your back being against the wall, and you want to talk about overcoming the odds. You know, Daniel Bryan has been overcoming his odds and the odds in professional wrestling his entire career, his entire life. Daniel Bryan knows what it's like to fight. But right now, Daniel Bryan is fighting for his career. He is fighting for a reputation because it looks as if Daniel Bryan may never return to the ring ever again. Or if he does return to the ring, he may be out another 6 to 12 months because yet there's another detour. There is yet another bump in the road for Daniel Bryan, and this is an exclusive update according to SCScoops.com. Back in May, the story broke that Daniel Bryan was undergoing minimally invasive neck surgery, which was expected to keep him out for less than 2 months. During the recovery, Bryan experienced difficulty regaining strength in his right arm, which was, a hell of a lot of concern to everybody. He was originally against a second surgery and attempted to heal the injury through rehab. Last month, while doing promotion work for Total Divas, Brie Bella said Bryan wouldn't need another surgery, and that's when things started to turn around, but all of a sudden things have taken a turn for the worse, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure to subscribe to Sean View Entertainment, where it's always prolific, consistent, and dedicated. The latest as of Monday night is that Bryan is seeing no improvement with his arm. Backstage at Raw from Atlanta, a lot of the talent was talking about the fact that Bryan may be getting the Tommy John surgery. The typical recovery time for Tommy John surgery is 6 to 12 months, depending on the physical activity that the athlete is involved in. It is still not yet known if Bryan will even wrestle again or step foot in a WWE ring, as this injury would prevent him from being cleared to wrestle. WWE's creative team is still under the assumption that Bryan won't be back in action, and they are not factoring him into any creative plans for the foreseeable future. Daniel Bryan is on what is being called a long-term sabbatical from WWE. So let's talk about the rumors and the speculation, the gossip that Daniel Bryan was going to return at the Royal Rumble and be a surprise entrant. Those are off the table. Daniel Bryan missing WrestleMania, that's going to damnly well happen. If Daniel Bryan goes along with the surgery, Daniel Bryan's not progressing at a high rate right now. This is getting very scary right now. This is not a good time if you're Daniel Bryan. It sure is still not a good time if you're a Daniel Bryan fan. And I'm not the biggest Daniel Bryan fan, but I respect what he does in the ring. I respect his athleticism. I know he's one of the all-time greats in that ring. He's very good at what he does. And I know Daniel Bryan loves the business. He has such a passion for it. But you know what? If this truly is it, if this is it, at least Daniel Bryan knows that he left on top. He left as a world champion. He headlined and main evented a WrestleMania. It's like it almost came full circle for Daniel Bryan. First he defeated Triple H, and then he defeated Batista and Randy Orton. He defeated Evolution all in one night. Like I said, I don't wish a career death on anybody. I don't wish anybody to retire sooner than they have to. But you know what? Daniel Bryan now has to look out for Daniel Bryan's health. I'm sure that WWE could still find something for Daniel Bryan to do, like be a backstage interviewer. He could be a general manager. He could be a manager to an up-and-coming wrestler. He could try to still help the youth of the WWE. There are things for Daniel Bryan to do. He could be a commentator. He could be along with Jim Ross, and Jim Ross is not my mind. Jerry Lawler and JBL and Michael Cole. There's a variety of different things that Daniel Bryan can do, but I know what Daniel Bryan excels at. He excels at being in that ring. He has the tenacity. He has the ring wherewithal to get the job done. The thing about Daniel Bryan is he's a very special athlete in that ring. You don't find a lot of superstars that have the kind of passion that Daniel Bryan does, the kind of drive and the commitment to win, to come out on top, to always overcome. But right now, Daniel Bryan has to overcome the fact that he may never wrestle again. This is going to be weighing hard on Daniel Bryan and his wife. I'll tell you what, it's a trying time if you're a Daniel Bryan fan right now. And, I can only imagine, I feel bad. I really do. I'll tell you what, I feel bad. Okay, because I can only imagine if this was, one of my favorite wrestlers, like if this happened to John Cena or this happened to Randy Orton. And I know you're saying, oh, well, why couldn't this happen to John Cena or Randy Orton? Well, first of all, you shouldn't be wishing injury or death upon any WWE superstar. They go out there, they bust their ass to entertain us for the 2 or 3 hours that we see them a week. So, you know what? I hope things turn around, but right now it's looking very dire. It's a very dire situation for Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan, like I said, in the end, as much as Daniel Bryan wants to come back, if they're talking about no in-ring return, or if he does return, it'll take 6 to 12 months. What a major setback for Daniel Bryan, and this is not something I expected to read at 8 o'clock in the morning waking up, but that's exactly what I have I've been following all the updates, all the developments, all the breaking news ever since Daniel Bryan was injured. So I want your comments and your opinions. And what do you think about this huge setback for Daniel Bryan, the possibility of him never, ever returning to in-ring action? What a controversial thing. What a way to go off. But at least Daniel Bryan did go off on top. He went out on top as a man, as a warrior. Subscribe.